everybody, and hi to everybody that's joining. I'm excited to talk to her today. Her name is Barbie Jones. And I spoke to, if you guys saw my other live about a month ago with Dr. Lisa, and I just decided that I wanted to do these lives and to just help people, give them great advice on different things. Last week we were talking about, starting, your purpose, starting your own business is something you love, and doesn't matter what anybody says, to go for it, no matter what, hi. And so today we're talking to Barbara Jones, or Barbara. Why did I say Barbara? It's Barbie. What a great name. I love her name, Barbie Jones. Barbie Jones, who is an incredible person, and she has just a great story, and I can't wait to share it because it's about keeping your body healthy, all parts healthy. And I want to just give a heads up. We're going to talk about honest stuff today, so don't get queasy on me. So we're going to talk body parts and talk about how to keep them healthy. And I think it's okay that we talk about those things and don't get a little weirded out by it. So I hope you guys will enjoy. I can't wait until she joins. But what are you guys doing right now? I want to know what you're doing. It's a Saturday. It's 6 p.m. on East Coast, 3 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. What are you doing? How are you guys doing? I would love to do this. Edward, yes, he asked me if I would do a Shakespeare scene. I love Shakespeare. I actually have a few things. I think it might be on my IGTV stories, but I did a whole monologue thing about how Shakespeare, sometimes we feel a little scared to even go for Shakespeare because of the language, but I think it's universal. I really do. I think you can make a Shakespeare play very, very up to date, and with the same words. So yes, I would. Hello, I'm trying to see everybody. Hi, healing from, mastectomy. Queen, I see that. God bless you. Prayers up for you for your healing. You will get through it. So much of us are going through different things during this time. So I'm telling you, I'm praying for everybody. I love that. I'm praying for everybody that are going through health issues, and not just health issues, mental issues right now. So prayers out for that. So I'm hoping that you guys know this is, I'm still kind of new to lives, so Barbie might have already joined, so I'm going to look. I forget. How do I look, you guys? Here it is. I think this is it. Let me look. Okay, yes. Okay, let me look, y'all. Let me look. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm still working on this. Let me see here, too. So we're still waiting. So let's talk. Let's keep talking. What do you guys... I want to know if you have a certain thing that you've never done that you want to do. If it's a particular career, you've never danced and you want to dance, or a sport. I want to know. And I want to know where you are in the world right now. Tell me. I want to know. And as we wait for Barbie to join us. Oh, people are talking about Lethal Weapon. Oh, it was a great show. I miss it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it while I was on. We'll find another. Ciao, Italiana, Brazil. Yeah, it was a great show, so thank you for that. Thank you for supporting the show. But I'm excited about new stuff that's happening. As you guys know, I'm directing a lot. I'm still acting. That's like my number one. Directing is like close to number one. I love directing. So I'm directing Black Lightning. I'll be leaving soon for that in a few days, actually. And then I'm directing. I haven't, let me say this really quick. Barbie, because she's new at this too, you have to request to come. I think there's a request button or something, so we can get you on here. I know she's going to be trying. Okay, so I'm also directing, drum roll. I'm directing The Last OG. And I cannot tell you how excited I am about that. I'm very excited about that, you guys. So I'll tell you about that as it comes closer so you guys can catch it and watch it. Someone said, what is the name of the lipstick? You know what? I used to always wear... Oh, here it is. I'm going to request her, and then I'll tell you about the lipstick real quick. She comes. Barbie! Any second. She's going to connect. Hi, boo.
Hi.
Barbie.
Listen, I think they know know by now we're all newbies to this. Well, me and you are anyway.
We're trying. Okay, there we are.
Hear me? Oh my goodness. Can you hear me well?
That's me too. I can hear you well. Yes, absolutely. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
Yay. Okay, let me say this real quick. Someone asked, what lipstick am I wearing? I used to wear Hourglass, but they stopped making the color, of course, because I loved it. They stopped making the color, and so now
they always do that.
They always do that. So now what I do, you guys, I'll go to Sephora and I'll buy all the reds, every red, even if it's a dark red, all the colors of reds, and then I'll use a red liner from Hourglass called Icon. I put that on first so your lips don't get too dry with a stain, and then I'll put on reds until I like the red that day. That's the truth. Sometimes I'll like this shade, and then I'll like, I don't like that shade today, and I'll do a different one until I find the shade I like. Today I did a dark one with a lighter one, but they were all Sephora, and they're reasonably priced. So there you go. All right, you guys,
beautiful.
I'm excited. We have Barbie.
Hi, guys.
Hey, hi, Barbie. She's a certified detox coach and a raw juice chef. So we're just excited to talk to her today because she's going to give us so much information about taking care of ourselves, about different issues we have as women and men. Men, you stay on here. We can talk to you too, and I know you have some women in your life that may not be on here that you can tell them about. So, Barbie, tell them a little bit about yourself. First of all, what you were doing before you became a raw chef, and then we'll move on from there.
So you guys can hear me well, right? So
yes.
Let's go back 10 years ago. I was a certified detox coach here in Atlanta, and I would literally go to a client's home and set up shop. I specialize in the ionic foot detox. I'm not sure if you guys know what that is, but it is an external way to detoxify the body through the pores of your feet. So FYI, that was really new, and people thought it was just the weirdest and craziest thing. And I used to do the detox body wraps, like the old school ones, not the, quick little, but it was the whole Muslim cotton detox body wraps. And I had one client that was talking about her journey with detoxification, and she said that she was about to embark on a raw juice fast. And so she said, have you heard of that? Do you know what that is? And I said, yeah, actually I juice for myself. And so her eyes got so big, and she was like, okay, give me some pointers and tell me a little bit about it. She was very new to it. And so I told her, I said, what we can do is pick a date to where I would take you to like a Whole Foods or a market, and we get all your produce, and I'm going to bring my juicer to your home. So she was so excited, and we did just that. And I set up in her kitchen, and we literally chopped and prepped all the fruits and vegetables. And we had the mason jars back then, the old school glass mason jars. And how to do a juice cleanse. She documented everything. She recorded me in her kitchen, and she posted it on her social media at the time on Facebook. And I myself wasn't on any social media at the time. And from that post, she got so many inquiries and questions about it, and it was just like a big crash on her Facebook page. And she called me and was like, you have to be on social media with what you do. And I'm like, well, no way, And it was just from that one client, me showing her introduction to raw juicing. And she posted, and the rest is history. So that's how I became,
I love that story because sometimes we find our purpose without even knowing that it's in front of you. And so I always like to tell people, listen, do what you love, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there might be something that comes knocking on your door that really leads you to your purpose. So really listen to your instincts, follow through. I love when you were saying in terms of you were already doing a part of this, helping others detox and doing a part of it. But now entering the raw juice world as a chef became what you were meant to do, and now that's your main thing.
I do it every day. This is my main thing. I have not done a foot detox or body wrap or detox body wrap since that day of dealing with
that. I want you to tell them about. Okay, so just so everyone understands, and Barbie's going to really tell you the importance of juicing and what it does and how it can really pinpoint different parts in your life, from mental clarity to healthy uterus to, just a lot of different things. So I want you to tell them your personal story of you were juice fat, or juice became a raw juice chef, but what happened in your own life? Because a lot of people are going to relate to this story in terms of fibroids. Tell them about that.
So how I came into, creating my most popular item was the product that I created called the Raw Cranberry Female Tonic. So I was a juice chef at this time, and of course I had my detox history behind me, and let me go back. I had four girls prior, four girls, a set of twins in that four, and we wanted to try for a boy, and didn't have a problem with conceiving, conceiving the baby, but I ended up having a miscarriage just as fast as we conceived. Didn't understand that, never had a miscarry or anything of that nature, and so I kind of just chopped it up as like, okay, maybe this is just something that happened. That's weird.
Yes.
Got past it, and we decided to try again. Had no issues getting pregnant. Got pregnant again a little bit after, and the same thing, a miscarriage back to back. So that second miscarriage led me to go see my gynecologist, of course, and I got there, and I'm like, okay, doc, what's up? I don't have fertility issues. I have four, healthy kids, had multiples in there, and so it really threw me off. And so once I got there, they started doing all the tests and everything, and did an internal ultrasound. And she said, well, let's throw you wanting to conceive out the window. That's not going to happen. So I got that shock number one. And two, she said, you have three.
Barbie? Oh, no, is it me? Barbie? Can you guys hear me? Let me know. Oh, no. Let me know if you can hear me. It's silent. Okay. Let me figure this out. Sound is out. Barbie? Brad? Okay, hold on. Let me figure this out. Why is it silent? We can hear you. Oh, you can hear me. Can you hear Barbie? Okay. Barbie. Okay, I'm trying to let her know that we can't hear her. We can't hear you. Yeah. Okay. I know. I'm trying to figure out why Barbie. We can't hear Barbie. She's gonna join again. You guys, please stay. She has such a great story to tell about what happened and what she went through. Man, we're gonna get her back. I hope you're enjoying this. Barbie's gonna join again. Let me see. Barbie, join us again. So log off your live. Look at Tasha, we're doing a live. We're doing a live next week. We got to do a live together. Yes. It looked like right there you just had a request. Yeah, it wasn't Barbie. So Barbie's gonna go get off live, Barbie, and come back. Oh, there we go. She's coming back. Okay, she's coming back. I can't wait for you guys to hear. Yes.
Oh, I'm back.
Okay, so I want you to start exactly from after the first bad news. The first when she said you're not going to be able to conceive.
Right. So I got there and I asked the doc. Okay. Now I asked the doc. I said, "Doc, what's up? I had 2 miscarriages. What's going on?" So they ran all kind of tests, and then one of the last tests they did was the internal ultrasound. This is when they go in and see exactly, kind of like an X-ray of what's going on with your uterus and all that stuff. She found 3. It was like small to medium-sized grapefruit fibroids. So that's, if you can imagine what a small to medium grapefruit size is, it was like 3 of those.
Yes.
So that was sucker number 2 because I didn't have any issues. I wasn't having any pain. Normally with fibroids, you have a lot of pain, a lot of heavy bleeding, a lot of different symptoms associated with it. I didn't have any. So I want to talk about that myth too, because a lot of women, have a lot of symptoms. I personally didn't because of where mine were located.
Okay.
So 2, I was told, okay, you won't be conceiving. And then the second thing she said was, we have to remove all of them ASAP. You would need to have a complete hysterectomy. Oh. So I'm sitting there numb and just staring at her and thinking like, I just came here to find out why I'm not, carrying out this pregnancy, and you're telling me throw that out the window and we're going to have to give you this major surgery. So I thanked her and I left out of there and I didn't go back. I told myself that, okay, you know what to do. You're a certified detox coach. You know everything about the body and what it needs to get rid of, to detox on all levels. So I came up with a game plan. I told myself, okay, you have to address your diet, strip it, and really be serious about this if you want to keep your fertility intact and to get this baby here. Yeah. So I for one, started researching and really digging deep as to why I had those fibroids, because the doctors just tell you that they are there. They don't tell you why and how and when and the whole thing. So go on. So what I learned from my research is that one, African American women, we are the number one race with fibroids. Mm-hmm. Two, 95% of why we have these fibroids is related to our diet and nutrition. Mm-hmm. No one ever speaks on that part. So my movement start with just that alone, just saying, hey, what are you eating? What is your diet like? How is it related to you having these fibroids? So I want to literally tell you guys what the factors are. Is that you want to go deep with it?
Because let me tell you, I can see some people writing a lot of women writing saying they have this issue and they haven't had kids and they don't know what to do. I think it's important. So just so everyone knows that's live with us right now, this is just going to be a little more information just so that you will have the information to then make your own decision. Yeah, I think so.
Right. To put it out there, I don't tell any of my clients to not, go to the gynecologist or to not listen to your gynecologist, because everybody's body is different. What I do preach or what I do stand for is to just let women know that there is an alternate, it's an alternate ways and alternative ways that you can do this naturally. So what is it going to hurt for you to try to assist the body into healing itself naturally? It's not going to hurt anything. So I say try.
So if you can try, I was going to say the operation will always be there. So if you can try the natural for a few months, if it's not life-threatening, why not? Yeah.
Why not? Right. So the number one thing when it comes to your diet is removing the animal protein, especially the chicken. Excuse me, guys. And a lot of people say, well, Barbie, why chicken? Because it has a very high amount of growth hormones in it. So your chicken source and your dairy source. So your milk, your cheese, all of the good stuff that, we love to eat. And FYI, it's one of those things that it tastes so good and people just love it. And it's just like, I got to get rid of that in order to, get my body up fibroids. And I'm like, okay, you're going to have to make a real decision with yourself because the growth hormones that are now into our chicken and dairy. Let's play imagination here. So if you had a pea size or rice size fibroid, if we have that in our uterus or our cervix, and we are starting to eat high amounts of the chicken and the dairy that has the growth hormones in there, what do you think that little pea size or grain of rice size fibroid is going to do? It's going to start to grow.
Yeah.
So people have to understand that if you're putting something in your body that's allowing a little piece-sized something to grow over time, it can be like how my case was into this grapefruit-sized fibroid. And everybody's like, oh, how did that get there? Well, I personally was eating chicken at least 3 to 4 times out of the week. Of course, dairy. I love dairy. I was eating the cheese and the ice cream. So I was doing everything unknowingly, causing my fibroids to grow this big. And then you got the caffeine factor. The reason why a lot of women have the heavy bleeding during their cycles with the fibroid is because of the caffeine factor. It causes the fibroids to contract. So every time you're consuming caffeine, whether it's coffee, sweet tea, energy drinks, chocolate, we all eat chocolate around our cycles. So just imagine you unknowingly are causing so much havoc in your body unknowingly. But it's it's not our fault. So we're just uneducated as to why and how they get there.
So what about someone who eats chicken or dairy that's organic and raw?
It's a better solution because you don't have the hormone factor there. but when truthfully, if you want to shrink your fibroids naturally in a timely manner, a lot of women are up against a short time frame to get it done.
Yes,
you got to really strip the diet of any type of animal protein. To be honest, your diet will mainly be a pescatarian to vegan diet. So it's kind of like you got to make that choice.
Okay.
Yeah. So fish is good, especially like salmon because it's a good fat. The omega-3s.
Yes.
The fish oils. No tilapia because tilapia is no good. It's not a good source of fish. But your cold water fish, all of those things are good for a fibroid elimination diet. So if you was to Google what diet is good for removing fibroids, it's going to come up to pretty much. It's called the elimination diet or the fibroid elimination diet. Yes. So they're telling you to take out the meat, the dairy, and the caffeine and white sugar. Yeah. It can be strict. It can be strict to the average person because they're like, well, what can I have? So
you can have nowadays for sure too.
Right. So much you can have. The diet is 95% of you being successful with shrinking your fibroids.
So tell them what you did. Tell them what you did in terms of, so she knows all this information, obviously, but didn't know she had fibroids. And so when she found out about them, she went even stricter because she didn't know she had them and learned more information, like no chicken, no dairy, and cleansed your body.
Yeah. So the first step I did was I did a complete herbal supplement type detox or cleanse. If I can think back long ago, because my baby boy is now 3. FYI, I did have that baby boy.
Yeah. Just so you know, she cleaned them out.
Just so you know. So I believe the herbal detox part was 2 weeks. I started there, and it was the hardest 2 weeks of my life, to be honest, because once you start taking herbs and supplements, your body goes through such a rapid detoxification process. So I did a series of colonics, colon hydrotherapy to go kind of just, get everything flushed out. A lot of water, distilled water, just really giving my body a chance to purge. Saunas, I did a lot of saunas. And from there, I started my elimination diet. And I was also on 2 liquid herbs. Okay. And the beginning of my phase, this is when I was researching on what to juice for my fibroids. Okay. And that's how I ended up creating the female tonic. So I was doing the female tonic, my liquid herbs, and I was doing, a complete detox of my diet, like stripping my diet. And within, it was coming up on 6 months, but my personal journey took almost 6 months, like 5.5, right on the nose. Yep. And when I tell you it was a drastic change, I felt my fibroids purging. A lot of waste and weight. So I say that again, waste, because sometimes when you have fibroids, you have constipation along with it. So the colonics were very important on that note. Just getting everything out of the way so my body can purge the fibroids. Yeah. And once I did, we started the whole conceiving process again. Of course, got pregnant, and midway we were nervous right at that mark because that's hard. I would get to that point and miscarry, and we bypassed it. Was going to the doctor, checking the progress of the baby and everything. And one of those appointments, they was looking and doing, all the testing and everything. And they said, well, your history on your medical record says that you had 3 fibroids. And they were so confused. I said, well, I actually did. And they said, well, did you have a surgery or something? And I said, no, I just changed some things. I didn't go too deep because sometimes with Western medicine, if you go a little bit too deep, they're like, what are you talking about? So fast forward, he's 3 now, about to be 4. Is it possible, ladies? Of course it is. All I did was do the research and figure out how to assist my body into healing itself, because our bodies are wonderfully made. It really is. It's nothing magical per se that I'm doing. It's just the point of educating yourself and giving yourself the tools to do it. Yeah, that's it.
Someone asked I think you're joining late, but how big were her fibroids? She had 3 that were medium-sized grapefruit, the size of 3. Right. And she needs to have a hysterectomy. And she did this. And I'm just excited to be able to share stories like this, especially with Barbie, because it's not just that she read up on the information, which we all can do, Google and look it up. She's actually a chef, a certified detox chef. Now has an incredible company. I actually will do the juicing next week. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because everybody, listen, you guys, everybody's been telling me about it. and a lot of friends of mine who are in the business who work with Barbie and have felt so great, and especially with all of it, not just the juicing, but she also has an incredible raw cranberry female tonic, which if you know anything about cranberries and what they do for the body,
oh my gosh,
our uterus, our female parts, and
the
how
best.
It's night and day. So talk a little bit about the female tonic. Already you heard that she did this during her detox. She discovered it during her detox, and now she has. And starting with a detox tea that's going to be coming out soon too.
Oh my gosh!
Let them know about the detox.
So the raw cranberry female tonic it's one of those items that is a multi everything, because it not only addresses the fibroids, it's very good for PMS, hormonal issues. So women who are experiencing early onset menopause or hot flashing and all that, PCOS, endometriosis, anything related to our female anatomy. I'm missing something. Oh, tumors and cysts. So a lot of women, if you have fibroids, sometimes you can have those underlying issues with cysts as well. Those go hand in hand a lot of times. But just keeping the hormones balanced, because around your cycle, so a couple of days leading into your cycle and a couple of days after, our hormones are like just dancing all around. So it's really good for that. Bloating in the abdomen, that's associated with fibroids and our cycles. So it's one of those things that, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine myself without. A lot of women, once they purge and shrink their tumors, it's a maintenance phase, because what you don't want to happen once you shrink them naturally is that they start to come back, because you shrink them, you can't go back to the diet that it was the cause of you having the fibroid. So you got to go into a maintenance phase. It's not as strict as in the beginning, but you can wean some things back in, but you can't go all in, if that makes sense. So a lot of the women will stay on the female tonic. And so that's what led me into doing the tea, because the tea, I needed something to ship, because right now I'm not shipping. I used to ship nationwide. The pandemic has changed all of that with shipping. So was in the lab for it's been 6 months prior to now, creating this female tonic tea blend. And so it's going to give you all the benefits of the raw cranberry female tonic, plus some with additional herbs added for the female anatomy. I'm so excited to launch this tea, because there are so many women who are suffering. I mean, when I posted my own journey, the list of comments and people saying, I can relate to that. What do I do? How do I do? So creating this product was not just to launch a second business, but it was just the importance of getting a good product out to women who can have it at any time that they need it. They can just go in their cupboard. It has a longer shelf life. Nice. The raw cranberry female tonic is a perishable item, so once you get it, you have to consume it within 3 days or freeze it. So the tea itself will last. You can literally have it for 6 months if you keep it in a cool, dry place. But the access, to be able to get this is a game changer. It's going to change so many different women's lives, because it's I just can't. I'm Keesha. I'm just kind of I'm freaking out, because I'm so excited to be able to present this to you.
Do you know when? Do you have a tentative date yet? Of when
I don't. I want to say March, and I'm hoping. I'm just oh, please, because my DMs are extremely full, and it's an overflow of DMs and inbox messages from 3 different social media platforms. So you can imagine how many women send me, how many need it, but they also send me their list of issues in my inbox and DM, and I am a person who I love to help everybody. And so everybody's like, well, I sent the DM this time, and I sent the DM. So I constantly have to say, hold tight, ladies, because there are so many people from all over, not just Atlanta, because I'm based in Atlanta, guys. Not just in Atlanta, but nationwide. So my clientele base is nationwide. So I had to create this tea for each and every one of these women who are needing this help. Yeah.
I'll tell you why. For me, I'm able to do it next week, because I'm going to be there. That's why I'm not getting the shit. Doesn't anymore. So I cannot wait until the tea is available, and when it is, we got to do another one of these. So
oh my gosh! Listen, when this tea launch, we have to do another live. And when I tell you, the tea is going to be enriched with dried fruit, and all the fruit that is in the actual female tonic, additional herbs. and it's a medicinal tea. I have to make that very clear. It's a medicinal tea, not just a casual tea that you would sip. This is literally for wellness and healing. So of course you can drink it casually, but this is specifically for my female clients who are following, who need this, and who need to start the healing journey.
Yes. And talk a little bit, because you say your female clients, you also have male clients.
I do. They like to be incognito. They like to be like on the low.
I know, like, I'm not raising my hand or nothing.
Right. But I do have I like to call it his and hers tonics, but the female tonic, cranberry tonic, of course has a partner, and it is the pomegranate male vitality tonic, and it is just as great. And also FYI fellas, that will be a tea along with the male tonic as well. Yeah. But it's a pomegranate base, and it's very important. Pomegranate is a very important fruit that supports the heart health, the cardiovascular, the prostate, the colon health. Men already are kind of on the fence about going to the doctor anyway. So I had to create something that was specifically for men and to give them that support in their wellness journey. It's, some people are weirded out by this, but it's very good. The reason why the name Vitality is in the name of it is because it's very good for ED, erectile dysfunction. And it is for circulation down there in the male region. And to keep it up, ladies, this is what this is for. So a lot of men are on different medications, high blood pressure medications that can kind of, give them issues in that department. So this is kind of to balance that out. And the side effect,
but I'll say the side effect to them trying to balance that out. Not to say that you're not going to have to be on medications for heart, blood pressure issues and other things, but you'll see that when you start a regimen of herbs and natural things like this, you're going to notice that you don't need as much, and then eventually maybe
you're right. So the whole the whole point is to kind of wean yourself off with your doctor's permission, of course. But we are. In 2021, what I've learned during the pandemic is that everybody's going back to what's natural and going back to nature. Yeah. So during this pandemic, my business actually thrived like really high. Yes. And I think people was, it pushed people to understand that our bodies can do a lot of things. We just have to be patient with the process. Yes. We intervene too quickly. Yeah. If that makes sense. Like, for example, when we get a fever, that's our body's natural defense. Okay, so we stop it, and we were like, okay, well, let me grab some Tylenol and let me grab this to bring that fever down. Anytime I have a fever, I naturally just kind of let my body figure it out a little bit. Now, do we need Western medicine? Yes, we do. Do we need to go to the doctor when it's important? Yes, but a lot of times I think that we should at least try a more natural and holistic approach first.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I want to say just to add to everything we've talked about and how excited I am that we're getting this information out. And I know I'm going to have this on my page so people can watch it again, that can join our live. But if I were to say to you, what are some of the main things that you would tell a woman or a man that they need to do, not just for fibroids or hormones? Well, if I said to you, Barbie, what can I do right now? I don't think I have fibroids. I don't have this, but what can I do to just have a healthier body? In terms of detoxing, in terms of not just detoxing, what would you say?
So the rule of thumb is, and I like to talk to people about this, is that you want to pick a source of detoxification that works for you. Yeah. So the rule of thumb, everyone should be cleaning house at least 4 times a year. Yeah. So a good reminder or a way that you can fit it into your lifestyle is you want to detox as the seasons change. Yeah, I teach my clients, okay, everybody, you got 4 times a year to see me. Yeah. You're going to be detoxifying your body 4 times a year as the seasons change. So everybody, we all are prepping for springtime. So a lot of my clients are already on the automatic springtime. We're going to see Barbie, they see me 4 times a year. I say, I see you guys 4 times a year. So everyone should be on that same cycle. We do spring cleaning. We clean our cars. We clean our homes. We have to clean house with our temple. Yeah. So keeping your colon cleansed, keeping all of your organs renewed and cleansed, those things are important. Kind of like how we do maintenance on our car. We do oil changes on our car. So it's kind of like a tune-up and, oil change at a certain point that we should be doing our detox. Now, overall, everyone should I can't say this enough. Greens. No matter how you get these greens in, you got to get them in, guys. Whether you're doing the raw smoothie or the juicing or eating your greens. So that's the way to overall, keep your wellness up. Your immune system is very important, especially right now during this pandemic. We all know that with the flus and all this kind of stuff, you want to make sure your immune system is supported. So some people like to do elderberry. Some people like to do ginger and lemon shots. I don't care how you do it. You just got to pick what's going to work for you and what's going to be easy for you, because you don't want to do something that's going to be hard or you have to force yourself to do. Because you're not times a year. Because you're not going to do it. Right. You're not going to do it. Raw juicing for my clients is easy because it's the average client comes to me and say, okay, Barbie, it's time for my detox. I put them on a 3-day raw juice cleanse. And what that entails is that they will be consuming 4 16-ounce size bottles of raw juice. And then at dinner time, they break that fast because it's like a partial raw juice fasting protocol. And then they break it for dinner. For dinner, they have a clean meal. It's really simple because a lot of people want to eat dinner with their family. So I put it there on purpose to break the fast. You can get home, still cook dinner, still sit down with your loved ones, and you've taken most of your morning up until your dinner time to detoxify your body. Really simple, easy. I make it very easy for you to get it in.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, so that's where I would start. And your water supply, guys, your water intake is so important.
I always say,
oh my gosh.
Wash our bodies. We take showers. I see my cat. We take showers, and the same thing we need to do every day. We need to shower, and they're dirtier than our outside of our body.
Right.
Think of it the same way. You wouldn't let your body get outside, get dirty like that.
Mm-hmm.
But wash. So the same thing goes for the insides of your
internal.
body. Yeah, it's a shower.
Right. It's a shower. Exactly. So it's just all about keeping clean and clearing house. That's what we have to do. Your colon health is very important. Every main disease starts in the colon. So if your colon is impacted, or if you are not having 2 to 3 complete bowel movements per day, naturally, not forced with different supplements. Because I hear people all the time, well, I take Miralax and I take this and that. Your body will stop the natural way of being able to eliminate when you start taking those things. So you want to make sure your colon health is up to date and intact and where it's supposed to be. Everything starts in the colon, so that's very important too. I can't stress that enough.
And that morning poop. I'm sorry, everybody. That morning poop. When you get up, you should have a poop. Like you have to.
Do you know why?
No, you don't. No, tell me.
So here's the thing with that. So right before bedtime, when we go to sleep, our bodies are shutting down, and it starts the detoxification process naturally every night. So at night we're detoxing. So in the morning, your body naturally should be able to purge those toxins out. Right? So this is where the word breakfast come in at. It's break fast. You're breaking the fasting. Naturally, when you're asleep, you're fasting. So in the morning time, your body should naturally have the urge to want to have a bowel movement. So another good way to know that you're kind of on track is when you naturally get up and the first thing you do is want to have a bowel movement.
Yeah. And that to make that one step further, because what you said, when you don't have a bowel movement, that means the toxins are still in there.
Yeah.
Then you're still not having one, and then it's building up again. And
it's like a garbage can. Just imagine your garbage man went on strike on you. Like you in your kitchen and you go outside. Yeah. And then you just keep piling it up and piling it up. What's going to happen? You're right. You're going to have a very bad smell. You're going to have bugs and rodents and all kind of stuff. And because it's toxic out there. Trust me.
Yes. Because that's also, so it's, I know we're talking about in the real world what happens, but in the body what happens is you'll see the effects. It'll be the skin will stuff. Your breath will start smelling a certain way because nothing wrong in terms of you stink. It's the toxins that didn't get out of your body.
They're trying to come out. They're going to find all avenues to come out. So your skin is the number one, your largest organ. So it's going to come out through your skin. When people have skin issues, the first thing I tell them is that, I ask them, I say, how is your bowel movements? Have you had a liver or a kidney cleanse recently? Those are our natural filters in our body. Those are our clean house best friends. And if your kidney and liver is sluggish, or if you have not kept it on a detox cycle, then you're going to pay for it. Your skin is going to pay for it.
Yeah. And you need, I think also what you understand when I tell people when we get sick, that's, I won't say it, but what I will say is your liver, it's like, it's made to detox. So when it's not doing that, those toxins just sit in there and sit around, and eventually it becomes a problem for you because toxins can't go anywhere, and then they just stay in, and then they create our bodies and different diseases and different things. Yeah.
And your body just keeps reabsorbing them and reabsorbing them. If they don't get out, they're going to just keep, your body's just going to keep recycling them. And they're looking for avenues. So your sweating is very important. That's the way that your body removes toxins. Having bowel movements, that's the second way your body removes toxins. When you urinate, that is the way that your body removes toxins. So it's different avenues that you got to make sure these are, open and clear for them to get out of there.
And the only way they can get out in terms of our body is that water. Mm-hmm. Water in terms of flush out. And so when you pee, you want your pee to be just a little tiny bit yellow, just a little bit, because you don't want to drink too much water, because that's not good for you either. But just a little, like a tint of yellow. If it's more than you're dehydrated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
So I wanted to say, first of all, I can talk like this, y'all. If you want to know what I love, this is what I love. I'm a junkie for health and trying to just be the best I can be. And I feel like the only way we can really be that is to feel healthy. We can be great even if we're not healthy, don't get me wrong. But to be the best we can be, we want to feel good. So for me, I'm always preaching about being better. Like, I want to be better, and I want to be able to help others be better, and they help me be better. And I know this is one of the ways of feeling good. We're not just talking physically, mentally, spiritually. We fast for health, but I used to the time. I went a little overboard in 2008, but because I was fasting spiritually, and I felt so good. When you get in that spot, you almost want to live there.
Yeah, fasting is everything. Fasting is everything, and I think people associate it with weight loss or things like that, but it's a mental clarity, and also one thing I like to tell people about fasting is that every religion do some form of fasting.
Yeah.
So how can you go wrong?
Yeah.
How can you go wrong?
It works.
Right.
There somewhere.
Right. So I am a big advocate of fasting because it allows your body to shut down the everyday of you shoving food in your mouth. It gives it time to stop, rest, and reset itself, but heal things. A lot of people have things brewing and they don't even know about it. When you fit fasting into your lifestyle naturally, it gives your body time to catch up on things and also heal some things that you may not even been aware of. That's why I love fasting.
Yeah, and in terms of mental clarity,
oh man,
realize how much we eat.
Oh,
because
for every occasion.
Yeah.
And all the time.
You do realize it when you fast, because you're like, whoa, what am I going to do? Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, whoa, what can I... And I don't want people, when they fast, to get bored and go on computers.
Right.
Pick up something spiritual and read it. Think about where you want to be. And I'm telling you, the third day, some people just fast for 3 days, but I used to do it a lot for a long period. When you get to fourth, fifth day, it's almost like your euphoria. It's a euphoria.
Yeah, it's a whole nother different level. So, by the time you get to the third day, that's when everything is really starting to kick it up a notch. So most people stop right there, but if you do go a little bit further, it's something that I can't even explain, that feeling of fasting. And there's so many different forms of fasting too. A lot of people get scared of the word fasting.
Yeah.
They think that it's just water. You got dry fasting. That's like superior, where you go without everything. Then you got water fasting, of course, but you have you have juice fasting. You have where you're just taking it all liquids. You have raw food fasting, where you're just eating raw food. So it's just different forms, and you just got to pick what works for you. It's not a one size fit all. I tell people all the time. Juicing as well. FYI, guys, a lot of people think that all healthy foods are
great for everybody.
Right, and it's not. Okay, so I'll give you an example. So people who have, and I think we spoke a little bit about this, people who have thyroid issues should not consume. Right, we did speak about that.
Yeah, I have Hashimoto. Runs my family. I have it, and there's certain foods that I everybody would think would be so healthy, so
because it's healthy. You're right. You're like, you can have that.
Why can't I eat that raw? Cruciferous vegetables raw. Yeah. I cannot do kale. You're not supposed to do raw or not. It irritates your thyroid. It
absolutely
can bring on a flare. So there's just because it's healthy food does not mean it's healthy for you. So you got to do
exactly.
have to find out what's good. And
right.
in terms of juicing, so I'm going to be working with Barbie, and so she's going to leave out some of the stuff that I can't have that would be
right.
for someone else. Or if you have an allergy, I can't have strawberries. Then certain things are left out for you.
Yeah. So juicing is the reason why my business is what it is because I specifically personally juice raw juice for each client because I'll ask him, okay, do you have any food allergies? Do you take any prescription medication that I need to be aware of? Because someone with high blood pressure can't have grapefruit, or people who have I always get this wrong, fibromyalgia, excuse me, should stay away from tomatoes and different things like that. So you got to know what you're doing when you're juicing or when you're juicing for someone. Just because it's healthy does not mean that it's for that person. So I am very big on that. And I think that's why a lot of people are like, well, oh my God, what's taking her so long to accept me as a client? Because I'm so specific and I'm so I'm really serious about that one client, about them, specifically, because I am responsible for their health at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I'm responsible for making sure that, I am juicing the correct things for them, know? So that's very, very important. So, people, juice bars are everywhere. They're everywhere nowadays. You can literally go into a juice bar or shop or Whole Foods or wherever and pick whatever juice you want. It's your choice. But please make sure, like, if you're on certain medications, that it's not counteracting with what you're trying to get healthy for. Because sometimes you can end up doing more damage than good.
Yep. And I think that's so important. Just when you're so sometimes when you eat something, you don't feel good, even if it's a natural thing. You might think, maybe I shouldn't be eating that. But
right.
Fine line though, because sometimes when you don't eat healthy food and you start eating healthy food, you don't feel so great because you're detoxing. Yeah, you have to know the difference because I'll tell you, when you start detoxing, most people will stop because they're like, I don't feel good. This must be bad for me. That's true. What you're feeling is your body getting rid of all that stuff because it can now. Now, and it'll take sometimes a week, sometimes less. So you can gauge, okay, let me just deal with this for a week or 3 days or whatever, and then you start feeling better. Don't give up. Don't feel good. Sometimes you just got to add a little more water to flush it out.
To flush it out.
Go ahead.
But that goes back to what I was saying about your elimination, channels, your bowel movement, your water. Those things. Dry brushing is also good as well, ladies. When you were starting your detox, are you familiar with that? Keesha, like dry brushing?
Hours every day.
Yeah, so that stimulates the lymphatic system and get it moving. A lot of times, if you're having weight loss issues and thyroid too, if you have thyroid issues, if you invest and start to research dry skin brushing. You guys can look that up later. It's not very expensive, but you're going to use a boar bristle wooden brush, and it's a certain way that you're going to stimulate that lymphatic. Yeah, a certain way you're going to brush your body before you get into the shower. This is on dry. Your lymphatic system like no other.
Yeah.
And sometimes your lymphatic system is so sleep. You just need that that extra brushing, to wake it up, and it works wonders for like cellulite and cellulite or cellulite, some people say, just weight loss. So these are things that I feel people should know. So that's why the subject of detoxification is I love it because there's so many different ways to detoxify your body, so many different ways.
And I think also for people to know our bodies are amazing. They're made to.
They are. Oh my gosh.
Give it what it needs. Not all the time, because we're dealing in a very toxic world with the air we breathe and all those things. There's some things that you can be the healthiest person and things don't work out. So I'm not talking.
Right.
I'm just talking about we live in a toxic world, and what can we do to help our bodies along? And what to do is to keep it, to add it by eating toxic stuff, because that's going to be harder. But if you can eat the cleanest you can eat, what you can afford to eat, the cleanest you can eat, and mentally clean, and spiritually clean. It's just going to help you just be the best you can be in this world that we live in until we get into a place that it's super clean.
Right.
Understand that? So tell them where they can find you, because I want everyone to know where they can find you. And yes.
So you guys, if you're on Facebook, you can find me just under Barbie Jones. It might say, I think it says Barbie Jones Juice Chef on there, and I believe my profile is me, if you see me. And also on Instagram, it's ATL_detox_diva, ATL Detox Diva. And also the raw cranberry tonic page, you can go to raw. Oh, hold on. Let me see what it is, because I always screw it up. Hold on.
But again, I go to my page and see them. They're on my page. So if you don't remember, you're not somewhere to write it down. Go to my page, and I have both her raw cranberry Say which
Yeah,
one?
that's what it was. It's raw cranberry female tonic. Like literally, if you put that in on Instagram, that page will come up. I encourage you guys to go to both pages. But ATL Detox Diva has a lot of testimonies, a lot of real personal testimonies of different women with different issues with the fibroids, the PMS, fertility. So a lot of the testimonies you'll see is women who are speaking on. They went through the fertility process, the traditional route, got word of me and ended up coming to me and was saying, well, my doctor said that I cannot conceive and I won't be having children, and work with them one-on-one. And last year alone, I went to 5 virtual baby showers. So listen, you have to know, you have to know that there's certain things that your body needs for fertility that you may not know that you need. So that is why, and I do offer consultations in regards to all things health. Yes, I do charge for the consultation, but it gives you a chance to speak with me one-on-one about what your specific issue is. But lots of testimonies, guys. If you go and you can read them, it's so many. Endometriosis, you'll see a lot of those. A lot of PCOS. Yeah, you'll see a lot of those different testimonies. But what people like to read most is about the fertility and someone saying, well, my doctor said I can't conceive, and I'm like, okay. Well, let's just get this ball rolling.
Yeah, because I have a story. You right? I can hear you.
Yeah. So just keep trying to chime in here. Can you hear?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
You good, Barbie? Uh-oh.
I'm just trying. Somebody keep trying to call me, Buzzy, and I'm like, oh. What? Remind me what we were just talking. Oh, the fertility story. So people like to follow and see all of the different fertility testimonies and reviews. So again, it's so much information to look at and so much to learn when it comes to raw juice and the fiber factor. But again, I'm so excited for the tea to be dropping and just working with women all over.
I'm excited too. I'm excited about telling them. I'm excited about this live and that people will be able to see it on my page. I would just want to say thank you so much, Barbie. I cannot wait.
Thank you.
I can't wait to start the juice fast for the weekend, and it's all juice fast for sure, and especially also the raw cranberry female tonic. I'm excited about.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. Excited about it. And I'll tell everybody. I'll come on and show you my juice, and I'll show everybody and tell you how it's going, and show everybody my female. And I'll tell you how that's going as well. But I just want to thank you everybody that was here.
Thank you guys.
I just think it's information. I hope you pass it on to other people that you know that are dealing with some of the issues we talked about today, and all the men in your family that you know in your life can use their pomegranate.
The male tonic is just as popular. I just don't have a lot of men taking selfies with their male tonic because, of course, that's not masculine. So we can't have them to be taking selfies with their cranberry tonic. But
you can whisper it to them,
right? But yeah, you guys,
comes out, get it to them as a gift as well. But
absolutely,
Barbie, we'll be back on when the female tonic tea comes out.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Keesha.
That's on, and we hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, you can go to her page and ask it. And just know that she's pretty overwhelmed with DMs. That's just if you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of DMs, it's hard to get to. So if you want to ask the question in on the page, that'd probably be easier. Maybe not. I don't know, Barbie.
Well, listen, we'll work through it all. I mean, I think a lot of people are can get impatient with the process, but I always just keep reminding people that I get to each and every one of you because, where my heart is to help everyone. But I do need everybody to understand that there's so many people, having the same issue. So they're reaching out, all kind of avenues.
Yeah.
But, it's all good. It's all love. Just be a little bit patient and, we're going to get there.
Now, here's a question someone asked says, do you know, and you probably don't because we don't know what's happening with the pandemic, but do you know when you will ever be able to ship again?
So here's the thing with that. Shipping perishable items is one of those things. It's very, very tricky because once you pack it and ship it on dry ice, you have like such a short time to get it to the client. Yeah. One thing I I'm really big on this customer service. I do not believe in taking chances with clients' product and it's getting shipped and then it's just sitting off on the side and then the dry ice melts and then they get a poor product. I do not. So that's what I'm dealing with. I started back a little bit when the pandemic was kind of slowing down and it just wouldn't work out. Literally, my orders would be sitting on the FedEx truck somewhere. And it's just not worth it until I get a little bit more guarantee that it will get there. Like. Before the pandemic. So a lot of my clients, I would ship nationwide. A lot of them are missing out because I used to ship before the pandemic, and now here we are, and I just can't take that chance or risk, for a product to be sitting there thawing out, on a truck somewhere.
Just me talking off the cuff, but I wonder if you could. I know you can't ship, but is there a way you can have, it'll be different price point, but you can speak to someone like the consultations and then give them a printout of the juices that you recommend and they can do it on their own,
Yeah, I used to do that too, kind of like a consultation type thing. And well, I still do that. And FYI, I don't broadcast it a lot, but I do juice for clients who have cancer. It's called Gerson therapy.
Okay.
And pretty much a family would do like a over the phone consultation with me, and they truly need to know what to juice for their loved one with cancer. So I really break it down and say, hey, this is what you would be juicing. This is the kind of schedule they need to be on. So I used to do that before everything got really crazy. Yeah. But hoping I can get back to that. And I also used to give hands-on raw juice classes here in Atlanta. Wow. Before the pandemic, I used to, but it was you would bring your own juicer. Literally, you would bring your own juicer in hand. I would provide all the produce. The class was amazing. And I would be in the middle, and everybody was around me with their own juicer, and I would give them a big, huge bag of produce, and we would juice like 3 days worth of raw juice. It was the best thing ever. I want to get back to that so bad because it was hands-on, and it wasn't just me in the middle juicing and people looking. It was like me walking around and seeing, okay, you got your carrots, you got your apples. And they loved it. When I tell you, it was so big here in Atlanta, and they loved it. And I didn't get a chance to continue those classes, but the demand for it was there. But now with the pandemic, everything has changed. Yes. Everything has changed.
Okay, so what I'll say to the people that are listening is that when she has an answer, when things start to get back, I'll make
a major post. Yeah. You guys would definitely see a major post on all of my social media platforms when shipping resumes, and when it resumes to where I can guarantee that your items will get to you frozen still and not thawing out.
Yeah. Okay. Fabulous. I'll be right on top of it with everybody, letting them know. I have one more question because I hadn't seen this before, but someone asked, have you ever worked with someone with sickle cell?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
There's not a disease that I have not worked with or have had a client that haven't had. I've probably dealt with a little bit of everything.
Okay.
Literally, there is a raw juice for everything. When I say that, I don't say it lightly. It definitely is. Herbs are also important as well, guys. A combination of raw juice and herbs are everything. Everything. Yeah. And the right herbs. So just know that you have so many different options when it comes to healing the body. So many.
And let it be, unless your weight is an issue, meaning issue for other health issues. If I'm saying, I just would like to say, let it be about health, not about weight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because some of us, some people is like, well, I need to lose weight. That's why. No, if you go from a viewpoint of health, it won't be about weight. And whatever you end up being, that's what you're supposed to be. Yeah. You're not trying to be a certain size or whatever.
Right.
About the health. Yeah.
Right. I agree.
Okay. Thank you, Barbie. I'm telling everybody I'm sorry because this is something I could talk about literally all day, and I know that Barbie had.
You're okay. But one thing I wanted to tell the ladies is that I have not forgotten about you guys. The tea is coming. Because a lot of women are just like, I need the tonic, but the tea. Trust me, ladies, I'm getting it all together for you so I can ship it, and it will be so easy to ship versus the raw juice. Yeah. But it's. I can't wait to get it to each and every one of you.
Yeah, and we're excited about having it. Thank you so much. Yeah, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. No, I got to figure out how to... of course, I just want to thank everybody that's been here. Thank you so much. I see someone said their name is Keesha, and they're from Rochester, New York too. So I gotta shout them out. Hello, Keesha from Rochester, New York. I just wanted to say thank you so much to Barbie. You guys, let me just tell you, I cannot wait. I'll tell you about it. She was just so much information, so bright and intelligent, and just loves to help. And she's doing this because of that. She could be doing something else. She's doing this because she really wants to help people get healthy, body, mind, and spirit. So I just couldn't help. I couldn't wait for you guys to meet her. So thank you guys. Have a blessed